everybody. First of all, I want to apologize for my last video's lighting. It was really dark. I don't know what happened. It just is what it is, and this is a new camera, so I'm still figuring it all out. So this is my dog Finnegan, as I talked about in my first video. He's a standard poodle. So today I'm just going to do hopefully just a quick video of how I brush him. Just regular maintenance brushing, nothing crazy, but just to show you kind of how to get down to the skin all over the body so that we don't have mats. It's really common for a lot of groomers to get dogs in that are poodles or doodles or anything with a coat basically that are super matted, just because, you know, owners don't always know exactly how to brush their dogs. So I'm just going to jump right into it and we'll get going. Okay, so first I have just a basic detangler spray. You don't need it, but also you can use a leave-in conditioner would be good too. So I'm just gonna do a quick spray all over. He's not happy about being here today and joining us. So I have my slicker brush. As I talked about in my previous video, this one is just short slicker brush. It doesn't have a lot of coat right now, so it's fine. I would prefer to have a longer slicker brush, but this is what I have, so that's what we're going to use. So basically, it's a line brushing technique, I guess. But basically, you just are separating the hair, excuse me, and just getting right down like this. You're just brushing, brushing. And you can see how fluffy it is already when you start to brush, which is really nice. So you just go along the body in a line, and he's going to start walking the wrong way. Hold on. Get you over here, Finn. He gets really stubborn on the table. And also, I need a table mat. So I'm just going to do that and just keep separating the hair like that in a line. And we're just going to do that all over the body. But as you can see, I go up and I do another line right over the line that I just did. And it doesn't have to be like super formal. A lot of the line brushing technique is like, it takes forever because you're on a dog that has a lot of hair usually. But just for at home, just kind of roughly do it. And with your slicker brush, you don't want to be raking the dog all the way across the body because that can scratch their skin. So you want to be gentle and just lift. You're just lifting. And like he has more hair right here, he has more hair right here and on his legs. So that'll just require a little bit more brushing. But basically, the gist of this video is that you want to get right down to the skin. And not a lot of people do that. They do like a surface brush, and I think it's because a lot of people don't have the tools that they need. So a slicker brush and a comb are what you're going to need for this. And he's not matted. He might have some mats around his feet just because we go out and we play in the snow a lot, but in general, like, he's in good shape. I bathe him regularly, so look at it. He like slowly walks away. I'm just going to do the one side for the purpose of this video to make it quicker. On his feet, I like to kind of start from down here. And I'll pick it up, start at the bottom, and you can see I'm still separating it to get right down. And then I just move up slowly. There you go, Finn. Good boy. Boy. Sometimes he cooperates, sometimes he doesn't. But I've been grooming him since he came home as a 9-week-old puppy. So he's used to my shenanigans for the most part. Finn. He's like resisting a little bit. Making it harder for me. Of course. But the legs are one that you really want to brush, because when your dogs are out playing in the snow, in the mud, in the water, they get super gross. So you can see I'm just like running up my hand over his hair to lift it, and then just moving up. Like, that's just a quick way to do it. If your dog's coat is in good shape and you need a quick brush, that is totally fine. Like, don't feel like you have to spend forever brushing your dog, but unless they're matted, then you're gonna need to spend forever brushing your dog. So this is really better to maintain your dog, is to brush them regularly so that you don't get the mats and don't have to work forever on them. He did wear winter boots because he had some cuts in his paws. So sometimes we get mats on the legs from our dogs wearing those boots, right? So it's also important. What I like to do when I put his boots on, my husband did it yesterday and he didn't do this, but usually I will spray with detangler before I go, brush before I go, and then put the boots on. And then when I get back, I take the boots off and brush again. Because they can seriously cause really bad mats on the feet. And legs, I mean. Even legs, yeah. But you can see like how fluffy he is already. Sometimes your dog doesn't need a bath, they just need a brush, you know? To look nicer. You can do the same on the ears. He doesn't usually have issues with his ears, but when he was going through like a worse coat change, he's still going through it because he's still young, his ears were miserable, they were so matted. And you do the very same on the head. Start at the front, is what I like to do. And then split it. He's not going to cooperate probably, but there we go. I'm just trying to get down a little bit further with this slicker brush. Be easier if I had a better one, but here we are. And he does get mats on the back of his head because he likes to lie on his back in his crate. So he does have a mat right here, which is good for educational purposes. So with a mat, all you're going to want to do is separate it from the rest of the hair. You can't really see it in the video probably, but it's right here. And I'm just going to use my slicker brush, and I'm just going to work away at it. It's not as complicated as some people might think. You might not need to cut it out. Like if it's not down to the skin, it's not a big deal. So don't stress about it. Sometimes you can even split them with your fingers. Yeah, this one's just a small one, but you can just separate with a finger and just keep working away until it's all gone. That wasn't a big one, so it's basically gone already. And then what you can do, if you're not sure if it's really gone because they keep moving around and being a nuisance, you use the comb and just check. And the purpose of using a comb after you brush is to check. So you want to check for the mats in the hair, because the brush doesn't always get those little ones. And this is a poodle comb, so the pins are kind of far apart, so you might not catch those really little ones, but this one's pretty good at catching the mats, so I like it. Like I said, he's been brushed a couple times this week already, so my maintenance for my poodle, he gets a bath, blow dry, brush out once a week. But for brushing, I just kind of do it when I need to. When I notice that his coat is looking creasy, or if I'm petting him and I feel like maybe there's some knots in there, then I'll brush him. But I'd say probably every few days, maybe. Sometimes I just do the once a week and it's fine. But it's better to do, I would recommend to brush your dog at least once a week for sure. But if you have a poodle, more like 3 times a week if you can. depending on how long their coat is too, right? So he doesn't have a super long coat. If your poodle has a longer coat, you're gonna want to be brushing them like every day. He had a longer coat at one point, and I was brushing him basically every day, but also because he was going through coat change, so he still is, as I said, but yeah, he was getting mats every single day, so I had to brush him every single day. But as you can see, like, I'm just going through with the comb, like nothing fancy, just going through, checking the body, and I do this over his whole body and head, and like, this isn't taking long because he's in good condition. So if you brush your dog regularly and they're gonna be in good condition, it's easy. It's nice and easy. But the longer you wait to do this stuff, the harder it's gonna be because you're gonna get mats. So, right, Finn? And we don't like to remove mats. He hates when he has mats that I have to remove. And that's basically it, and I just do that over the whole body, but I'm not going to show you the whole body because I just wanted this to be quick. But as you can see, like, even just from doing that comb, we've got some hair in there, which is the hair that you want to get out, right? And there's some hair in the brush too, because poodles do shed. Every dog sheds. They just shed when you brush them, because their curly hair kind of holds it in. So, and all of this brushing gets all of that out so that it doesn't get tangled into the coat. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say for today. Maybe I'll do a video soon on bathing, nails. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's it. Here you go, boy. Say bye, Finn.